Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we have a unboxing of the Griffin Survivor plus Catalyst Waterproof case for the iPhone 5. Now before we take a look at what's inside the box, let's take a look at what the outside has to offer. Right here on the front of the box we see that it says max protection, waterproof, up to 3 meters or 9.8 feet. Moving down the box we see the logo for the actual product, and it's made for the iPhone 5, although it will fit the iPhone 5S. On the right side of the box we see it says here that it is made for water, snowproof, weatherproof, and waterproof, and again another one of those rulers that again tells us that it is waterproof up to 3 meters or 9.8 feet. On the right side of the box it just says Survivor Waterproof plus Catalyst. Catalyst is a waterproof company, waterproof device making company, which is why it says plus Catalyst, so in case you didn't know that, well now you know. And then of course the back of the box has certain information about the product. If you want to pause the video to read all this stuff, you can go ahead and do so now. And it is shock or drop proof up to 6.6 feet or 2 meters, and it is dust proof as well in case you work in a dusty environment. Last thing on the list are just some words here and barcodes that I'm blocking out. Want to read that? Go ahead and pause that now. Now that we saw what's inside the box, we want to go ahead and open it. And on each side there are pieces of tape, which I'm just going to cut with my knife. The unboxing knife has gone AWOL on me, so I can't seem to find it, but this will do for now, this box cutter. So we're just going to have to slice it from right here, and again from right there, if I can get that right. No, it's up here. There we go. Go ahead and put this away before someone gets hurt. Alright, now so in order to open it, you just want to lift these tabs that are right here, right there. I don't know how long they are. Let me start with this. There we go. There's one. You can open both if you like, or you can just open one, because all you have to do is just lift it out like so. And pull the case up. Here it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and set this aside and take a look at what's on the inside. Now here on the inside we have a user's guide. Please do read this before you put your phone in here and drop it into the water, because this owner's guide will teach you guys how to properly maintain, how to operate and install the case, so you guys don't make any mistakes. And yes, Griffin is not liable for any damage done to your phone. It is all up to you. Use it at your own risk. So let's move on to the case. So here is our case. Now in order to open this, there are pieces of tape on either side of the case, or the little box. I already opened this prior to this video in order to make sure that everything was in there, make sure I was getting what I was paying for. And I just cut the little pieces of tape and you can just open it. And in here we get this lanyard. And the lanyard is there so you guys can strap it to your wrist whenever you're in the water, so the phone doesn't fall into the black abyss when you're scuba diving or whatever you may be doing. It'll always be there on your finger, on your hand, sorry about that. And this here will help you tighten it around your wrist so it doesn't slip out. Another thing that comes in the box is a waterproof headphone adapter, and you do need waterproof headphones for this. This will not work with your Beats. It will not work with your Apple EarPods or any other headphones you have. They have to be waterproof, and I will show you guys how to install this as well as the lanyard, so stay tuned for that. Now finally in the case, or in a little plastic container here, I'm gonna get this out of the way, we get our case. So here is our case, and right away I feel like it is really sturdy. It's really hard plastic except the front portion here. It's a little bit softer than on the back here, which is more harder plastic. I did get this in turquoise because on Amazon this one was a little bit more cheaper. It was relatively cheaper compared to the other colors, but it does come in black, blue, and pink, as well as several other colors. I'm not sure which ones they may have at the time of you watching this video, so I'll leave a link down in the description so you guys can go ahead and check this case out. And let's open it. Opening the case is quite easy. All you have to do is locate this little notch here and open it like so. Do that for the other side as well. So pop that open, and it looks like a little butterfly now. So what we want to do now is just squish this like so. Oh, before we try to pull it off, make sure you remember to do this one as well. So this one also has a little notch there. Just pop it off like so. Try not to struggle to, if you're struggling, make sure that all the ports are open. So now we want to go ahead and squish this and pop it open. There you have it. Now we have this case open, and you can just set it aside, and let me go pull out my phone. I'll be right back. So here's my phone. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the protective plastic cover that is on it, and we're gonna go ahead and put this on. Now it's quite easy to put this on. You just want to start from the bottom and slip it right in just like so, and make sure that it is completely in there. You don't want any gaps or anything like that. Now once we have that, you just want to pop the top on. Make sure that the lens aligns with the lens hole aligns with your lens on your camera, like so. There we have it. Make sure the little flaps are open, and there you have it. It's aligned. Start pressing it from all the corners. Make sure it's all in there really nice and tight. You really don't want to doubt or have any holes there. Click. Make sure you click this one too, and there you have it. The phone is in. As promised, now I'll be showing you how to install the headphone adapter, waterproof headphone adapter. And in order to do so, you just want to make sure you unscrew this. And yes, it's screwed in there, and it's screwed in there pretty well. So you want to make sure you unscrew it, sort of like the Apple Watch crown. And once you have that unscrewed, you want to grab your headphone adapter and just pop that in there. Now that's not it. What's next now is you have to screw it in there. Yes, you do. And once you screw it in there, it should be all set and waterproof ready. Now in order to install the little loop, you just want to raise this here, put the loop right through the little cap there, and as you can see there's a little notch there that's going to fit in there. And of course this will not work with your headphones on, so you want to take off the headphones. I almost forgot to do that, so I'm going to unscrew that like so, and there you have it. Now you want to screw that in there, make sure it's nice and tight, and there you go. The loop is installed. Now I just showed you how to install the loop and put in your headphone adapter and put the phone inside the case. Now right away, my first impressions with the case are it's really sturdy. It's very thick, and it adds a lot of weight to the actual device, which is good because it's nice and heavy, it's nice and tough. Now when I first saw the pictures online, I was a little worried by this here, this little portion there, because I thought that was exposed, or it was trying to expose the phone in some way. It really isn't. It's all solid. As you can see here, it's all solid. There's no signs of holes or anything. I did see another similar case, and it was a little bit more expensive. It was the LifeProof case, but that one was designed for the iPhone 5S. And the difference between that one and this one is that the LifeProof had an exposed screen as well as the Touch ID. Now the purpose of a waterproof case is to waterproof your phone, and I didn't like the idea that the screen was going to be exposed as well as the Touch ID. More of a gap that water might go in. There might be more of a chance that it's going to get wet, it is going to get damaged. So as soon as I saw this one, the price had me sold, and I saw that it was a lot more sturdier. I know I could have gotten a LifeProof case for the iPhone 5, given that I do have a 5S, but again, I don't want to risk it, so I went and got this Griffin case. Now before I get all my eggs in one basket, I'm gonna go ahead and waterproof test this. I'm gonna go get a little bit of water, and I'll be showing you guys how to water test your case, so I'll be right back. Now before we get to water testing our case, we want to make sure that all the ports are properly closed, like this one here. Make sure that one's really closed, like the one on the opposite end as well. And the charge port is closed as well as your screw. If your screw isn't closed, you're going to have water going in there, as well as your charge port, which is where the charger is, and that's going to mess up your charger. So without further ado, let's get to the water testing. I do have a napkin in there, and if it passes the submersion test, I'll put my phone in there and just show you guys what it looks like and what it sounds like. So let's get to it. There we have it. It's going in nice and slowly. And it's submerged. You should not see any air bubbles coming out of the case. And no, I do not see any air bubbles. So I'll be right back when it's been a half hour. Now as you can see here, I have some sort of a spray can there, and that's there to add some weight to it because there is no phone in there to give it some weight. It just float up, and that really wouldn't make any sense if you're making a water test and half of the case is underwater and the other half is above air. So I just put a water can, spray can there, and it's holding it down. So we'll be back in a half hour. Alright, we are back. The case has been in the water for approximately 30 minutes, a little more, a little less. And oh, I just tipped over the can here, and as you can see, without the can it floats halfway up, and really that wouldn't be any fair to the actual test because the case wouldn't be completely submerged underwater. So without further ado, let's pull this out. Let me go get a towel. Here I have my towel, and right away I'll transfer it over and open it up for you guys. Alright, so here is our case. I just took it out of the water and I dried it, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it. Try to open it with one hand because my tripod just doesn't want to cooperate with me. And there we have it, our case is open, and as you can see, the napkin is pretty dry, which is great because now I'll be able to move on and test my phone with it. Put my phone in the case, and as you can see, the case is dry on the inside as well. And you will get water in between the latches here, which is just fine because of course that is still exposed to the water outside. Just as long as water isn't inside or on the napkin, should be fine. So let's move on to the water test with my phone in it, and I'll see you guys. So I told you I was going to put the phone in the case and submerge the case underwater with my phone, just so you guys get that extra added security whether you guys actually want to use this case or not. Believe me, I'm still a little bit skeptical, but if it works out, then this case checks out and it gets the seal of approval, and I'm sure it'll work the same for you guys. So now I'm going to teach you guys how to put your phone in the case. I showed you guys how to take it apart and put it back together, but I didn't teach you how to put the phone in the case. So let's get to it. Now here is our phone, and here is our case. Now you guys see this here? That's where the speaker, the speaker phone goes, or this part here. And you want to make sure that it matches like that. But before you pop it in there, you see this membrane right here? It goes in like that. But before you put it in, make sure that your wake or sleep wake button is like so. It, as you can see, it looks like a little U because that's where your sleep wake button goes. Or you're not your sleep wake button, your silent or mute button goes, and you turn this and it turns it on or off. So again, make sure it's up like that. You want to put your phone in downwards like that, and you pop it in there. If you did everything right, it should slide in. Turning this should activate. See, you can hear the vibration because it's being activated by the case. Just put the top on the case and just put this on here like this. Make sure it's in there real good. Again, make sure it matches this part here matches with your camera. So you want to push down firmly so everything goes in there. Again, check your ports. And also, you want to make sure that the O-ring around your case goes all the way around. And it's nice and even, it's in its place, and it's not out. So that checks out. I'm gonna go bring the water. I'll be right back. Now when I purchased this case, I was a little worried that the flash wasn't gonna fit because the iPhone 5s has a different flash module than the iPhone 5. But as you can see there, it works just fine. It fits, as well as the lens. And I have access to all my buttons. Here I have the camera app already activated, and as you can see, I can touch anywhere on the screen, select a filter, take another picture, slide to select the camera, take video with my buttons, and I do have access to the log button as well, so that checks out just fine. Now let's go bring the water. Alrighty guys, so here is my phone and my camera's already rolling. I have a B camera on the side, so let's go ahead and put this in the water. Now keep in mind that this will sink because there is weight. And there it goes. There, it's in the water. And now I'm going to pull it out of the water. But before I do so, I'm going to go get my towel, so I'll be right back. Here I have my towel off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and pull the camera back just a little bit. And there you can see the B camera. And it's time to pull the phone out. So here is my phone, and I'm ready to take the case off, so that's what I do, like I showed you guys. There you have it, my phone is completely dry. And as you can see, it's pretty tough to get it out of here. There it is. It still works. And if everything checks out, you should have seen the underwater video. I have not put that up yet, so this case does get the seal of approval. It does work. You guys saw the underwater footage. You guys saw how it records the video, how it sounds. Now, please do stay tuned. I will be going to a pool area, and I will be doing some test shots with it, both pictures underwater and video, just so you guys can see. And I will also keep you guys updated on how the case is going out, how it's working out for me, if anything goes wrong and whatnot, if anything gets lost, how's customer service. So please look down in the description for links to the support page for this case, the Amazon link where you can purchase this in multitude of colors, and also a link to the Amazon site where I actually purchased this, from the turquoise color to the black, blue, and pink that are currently available. So you pick your color. I picked turquoise because it was relatively cheaper, and the high visibility colors made it easier to spot underwater. So that wraps it up for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys look into this case, and please do consider subscribing. See you in the next one.